25 editors and senior managers of various U.S. media sources wrote a joint letter to John Kerry, the U.S. Secretary of State, requesting him to demand the freedom of Jason Rezaian, who is the Washington Post correspondent currently imprisoned in Iran. The spokesperson for the Judiciary Committee said that issuance of a death sentence to those charged with drug trafficking must be reviewed and considered with care. A group of disabled individuals gathered in front of the Tehran municipality in order to protest against the blockage of pavements and disregarding disabled citizens by not providing accessible sidewalks and street crossings for the disabled. Narges Mohammadi, a human rights activist, was scheduled to have her court hearing on Saturday the 9th of January 2016. However, despite her attendance, her court hearing was postponed to a later date for the third consecutive time. The owner of an internet cafe shop recently published a photograph of the legal documents given to him in order to shut down his shop. According to this legal document, one of the reasons that this shop was forced to be shut down was the presence of a female employee. Hila Sadiri, a poet, artist, and a civil rights activist, was arrested immediately after landing in Iran at the Imam airport and was later sentenced in absentia. On Saturday, 9th of January 2016, two prisoners with drug-related charges were executed in the central prison of Rasht. Sayed Muhammad Ebrahimi, a civil rights activist who was on a medical leave, was arrested and transferred to Branch 8 of the Evin prison in order to serve the remaining 9 months of his imprisonment sentence. It is worth mentioning that he was initially arrested on charges of participating with Ahmad Shahid and families of political prisoners in Iran. Following the warning to Hossein Ronaghi, the prosecutor of Tehran announced that if he does not introduce himself to the prison within 1 month, his bail will be forfeited. On Monday, 11th of January 2016, Qudrat Geravand, accused of murder, was hanged in the prison of Khorramabad. On Saturday, the 10th of January 2016, 3 individuals accused of drug trafficking were hanged in the Laristan city in the Fars province. Furthermore, on the same day, 3 other prisoners were hanged in the Sari prison. The prosecutor of Zanjan province announced that a prisoner accused of waging war against God was hanged in public in the yard of the central prison of Zanjan. The imprisonment sentence of Reza Aghakhani, a member of the National Religious Party, was approved despite being reviewed by the Supreme Court. The director of the Art and Cultural Organization of the Rasht municipality was summoned and detained on charges of holding street parties and dance events. On Tuesday, 11th of January 2016, 4 prisoners by the names of Sayyid Hamid Hajian, Hassan Tutiannoush, Mustafa Jamshidi, and Mohsen Nasiri were hanged in the central Nadamatgah prison in Karaj. On Wednesday, the 13th of January 2016, 6 prisoners were hanged in the Urumia prison. Omar Faqihpour, a Kurdish political prisoner, has now been in the Rajai Shah prison for the past 16 years. Even though he has the right to a temporary leave or to be paroled, he is still in prison. Following the publication of a weekly magazine called Sarullah, after its license was seized, the spokesman of the Ministry of Culture and Islamic Guidance said that the publication was illegal and emphasized that this weekly magazine will no longer be permitted to publish any content. Reyhaneh Tabatabai, a journalist and a political activist, introduced herself to the Evin prison in order to serve her sentence. Two prisoners died in the Urumiyeh prison due to infections caused by influenza virus.